Yes. So, good evening, all, and welcome to the afternoon session of the first day of the preschool of the EHEP School. Let me share my screen. So, please confirm if my screen is visible to you.
Yes.
Yes. So, the topic that was assigned to me is this installation of software that is required for this school. And before I begin, I would like to say a few words about how you should conduct in these sessions. So if you ever have a question, please raise your hand. And that is because, I don't want any interruptions in between, unless it's very essential. I don't want any interruptions. So if you raise your hands, I will ask you to unmute yourself, and then you can ask your questions. And I also request all the participants to kindly switch off your cameras and microphones unless you are requested otherwise. And you may be sometimes asked to share your screen. For example, if you run into troubles, you may have to share your screen and show what exactly the troubles are. And I must tell you this, that there are many ways to install the softwares that I'm going to show you. There is no single or there is no best way to install them. But because we have a huge number here, and if each one of you follow different ways of installing these softwares, it becomes difficult to troubleshoot. And therefore, and just for that reason, I request you to please follow my instructions. And as you might have been informed, you will be also graded. And for that, we will ask you a few questions based on whatever has been taught. Very likely you will not be asked any questions in the first session because it's just to tell you how to install the codes. But in the ensuing sessions, like introduction to SQL and GitHub, there may be some questions. So all these questions will be asked on the Google Classroom platform. So I request all the participants to please join this Google Classroom. I'm going to send this link to you. Just a minute. So it's on the chat box. So I request all the participants to first join this Google Classroom. I'll give a minute or so. So if you've joined the classroom, please give a thumbs up sign on Zoom.
Why see only few had? If people have any difficulty?
Please, you can message me if you have any difficulties. All right. So please make a thumbs up sign because that will tell us how many of you have joined really. So I see only 46 students joining. I want the rest because we have 74, and I request all the students to join. If you have a problem, don't worry. I will send an email to me. So if you're not able to join with your institution account, you may have to have a Gmail account. If not, that's okay. I will send you the link to other means. All right, thank you. So we have about 50 students logged in. Okay, so the last instruction that I want to tell you is this, that the installations are going to take some time. In some cases, some softwares like root or Geon4, depending on the configuration, it may take more than 1 hour. And therefore, I request students who have prior experience or faster computers to wait for other students who are waiting for or struggling in their installations. I expect a lot of troubleshooting, a lot of errors in some of you who are first timers. And I request other students to wait for them until everyone has a running software installation. Okay, so before I go to the next slide, I would like to introduce myself. I am an experimental high energy physicist. I did my PhD in nuclear physics, and then I joined the India-based Neutron Observatory. And I was under the mentorship of Professor Mondal and Professor Govinda Majumdar. And what I understood from my research experience is software development is a crucial aspect of any high energy physics experiment. But unfortunately, it has also lacked the attention that it rightly deserves. And in this 5 or 6 sessions that I'll be taking, I will share my experiences whenever time permits of developing code for high energy physics experiments. The schedule is here. So we have 5 days, and today, the 30th of October, the tentative schedule today is to organize your systems, download all required software, and try to install Anaconda, VS Code, CMake, Git if you don't have. So this is for the first day, and tomorrow we will start with the installation of root. On the 1st of November, Geon4 installation, and followed by 1 day for Git and GitHub, and finally ending up with some exercises on SQL. Now, this is just tentative because I have not done such a course online. I don't know what problems to anticipate, and therefore it might extend beyond the scheduled time. I have to look into it. This first day will tell me how the students are, and it is. So don't worry when you have a problem in your installation. So all I request is, if you have a problem, just take a screenshot, post it on Google Classroom, and then I can reply, because other students might have the same problem as you, and it may benefit other students. The solutions may benefit other students as well. All the sessions are for 1.5 hours, so that is like until 7 p.m. But we can extend by, say, 30 minutes. I understand that you may have other commitments as well. All right, so before I get into the rest of the part, I just want to give you a glimpse of the 3 phases of a high energy physics experiment. The first phase is the R&D phase, where typically you optimize the detector geometry, which also requires both physics and detector studies. In this phase, people do a lot of physics simulations, which requires a lot of software development. It also involves detector simulations, how the detector works, how the detector responds. This also requires a lot of software work. And of course, there is the hardware aspect of the detector development. And even for detector studies, you need some software for plotting or analysis. And the second phase is the detector construction, and the detector is constructed by a whole lot of engineers. It's more of an engineering work, and physicists at best play the role of project managers. And even there is this aspect of DAQ where the data has to be read out from the detectors and stored onto a computer. That involves some hardware and software aspects. And the final part is the boring part for me. But that is inevitable part of any high energy physics experiment. That's the data taking part. And after the data is taken, you do a data analysis, and there too you need to use software. So if you look at it, software dominates all the three phases of not at least the two phases of a high energy physics experiment, and therefore knowing software, knowing how to build software, knowing how to run software, knowing how to install software, these are going to be important skills if you are serious about joining a high energy physics experiment. Now, just to give you a historical development of how software development used to be and how it is, this is how it was during my days. So I joined the AFR in 2008. So this is a cycle with which most of the students of those days can relate to. The first cycle is you're introduced to Linux for the first time. And because until that point, most of us might have used Windows, and Linux is new to all of us. And many times it doesn't work in the first instance. You have to install, uninstall, try out Ubuntu, CentOS, Scientific Linux, and so on and so forth. This cycle goes on. There's a loop there. And then you get fed up because your computer is not your institute provided computer does not have specs. And then you go to buy a laptop with high specifications. And then once again, you do installation, uninstallation. And then you download the code, and the code doesn't work. You compile it, debug it, the code doesn't work. And then once it compiles, let's say you compile root, and then you write your code on a text editor, which is usually Vim or Emacs or so forth, and then you compile, debug, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of loops. And sometimes it is frustrating because it takes a lot of time, this entire chain. Software development now has changed quite a bit. In fact, I never imagined that this would take place. The developments that I'm seeing now would ever take place. So today, you don't have to have a very high-end laptop with you, unless if you want to get yourself in gaming and all the stuff. For software development, you don't require a high-end computer because there are many online cloud services which give you free CPUs, 32 GB of physical memory, and high-end GPUs for free. Code Spaces is one. Google Colab is another, where you can just start your Python kernels. Kaggle is another, which gives you free GPUs and TPUs. I can't imagine in those days having free access to GPUs and TPUs. The forums today are more helpful. We have Stack Overflow, and you don't have to scratch your head over a bug or an error. You don't have to worry about, how am I going to solve? And there is help at hand. And not only that, you must be aware of this Copilot, which I have been using extensively. This is an add-on which is developed by Microsoft. You just write the skeleton code, and the rest is automatically written for you. Of course, I don't recommend this for everyone, but it's certainly useful in some circumstances. For example, if you want to write a code for Hawk transform or Kalman filter, in those days you have to understand. Yes, that is an essential part, but then coding also takes some time. You can have bugs here and there. But the Copilot and ChatGPT, they have improved, code writing, drastically. And then there is this GitHub, and where you have repositories created by people which help prevent reinventing the wheel. You don't have to write the same code which was written by someone else already. So you just have to go down there, download the code, use it in yours, and probably you have to give the site their web page or something like that. That's it. And the other part is the IDEs, the interactive development environments, host of IDEs, of which I am very fond of Visual Studio Code. And in fact, most of today's programmers use Visual Studio Code because of its interesting features. And not to mention the Python libraries, which make coding fun and also helps in prototyping faster. Now, in those days, if I want to make a simple plot, I need to install root and then have root installed on my computer, and then write a lengthy code to see some canvas, and then you see some graphs popping up. But today it's not the case. Even if I don't have
You
root,
talk, we cannot hear you.
sorry, is it okay now?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But today it's much easier. Python libraries have made things much simpler. Yeah. Okay. So that's a brief introduction to software development. So now let's go back to business. So here, the system requirements for the software that you will be installing is this. The minimum requirements is 8 GB of physical memory. So if you don't know how much you have, you can just copy this command onto your terminal and see what it is. So I'm just going to copy this and paste it on the chat box. Sorry. Please copy and put it on your computer. And at least 100 GB. I say at least 100 GB. I'm just being conservative. So these commands, if you type, you're going to see details, and I want those details to be noted down. And now I request all of you to open up your terminals on your system if you have them, and I want you to enter them in the Google Classroom. That will appear as an assignment. Just a minute. So please go to Google Classroom and you will see a Google form, and I want you to fill up those details there. And certain details I'm collecting for statistical purposes so that I understand that some people, you will have different operating systems and all those stuff. So I need to probably modify my rest of the lectures accordingly. Yeah. So I'll give you 1 minute. So once you're done entering the details, please give me a thumbs up sign. This command will work only on Linux. If you have a Mac, don't worry. You can go to your system settings and find how much space you have. as I'm waiting for your assignments to be turned in. Okay, request students to hurry up because we need to do quite a lot of things. And just give one more minute and then we'll go to the next. Okay, so I think it's time up and let me see how many of you have submitted. Only 41. Okay, 45 is a good number. All right, so let me go to the next slide. All right. So what is the plan for today? So today we're going to download all essential software that includes root, Geon4 and all others. And very likely, if you have a very poor internet connection, you may have to keep downloading until I don't know how long it takes. All right. And once all the downloads are there on your computer, the installation is straightforward. You don't have to have worry about internet connections that much. And the next part is we're going to install Anaconda along with the libraries if possible. These libraries have been recommended by other tutors who will be teaching you probably quantum computing and all those things. And we will also install VS Code where you can type in your code, and Git, which I'll be teaching. And you will also be creating a GitHub account for yourself. All right. Now, before I get into the details, don't do anything until I tell you to do so, but I'm just going to explain just things. So just to make sure that you don't get into big errors during installation, and to make things easier for me, I propose the following folder structure. You're going to create a folder named EHEP on your desktop, preferably on your desktop. inside of which you will create 3 folders. Don't do anything right now. I'm just explaining. I'll tell you when to do this. You will create 3 folders, name them downloads, G4, and root. And inside the downloads, you will have all the source codes, the Geant4 data sets, and all other binaries. Don't delete them unless you run out of space, because just in case your installation gets screwed up, we may have to use them again. And inside G4, you will have 3 folders: build, data, and install. And inside root, you will have 2 folders: build and install. So I want all of you to keep this structure in mind, because time and again, you may have to go back and forth. So EHEP is a folder on your desktop, and then followed by downloads, G4 root inside it. Inside downloads, all source codes, binaries, and inside G4, only Geant4 specific things: build, data, install, and inside root, build and install. All right. Now, here are the links for downloading the software. Please don't download unless I tell you, because it may be confusing. So these are the download links for all the software that I mentioned, and there are also the install commands on the right hand side. Okay, I will share this link soon. In the coming slides, you will see the link. I will share it with you as well. You can start if you know Linux, so you can start doing this all by yourself. But there are a few more instructions, so please take care. So the most time-consuming thing is going to be downloading of the Geant4 data sets. So for Geant4 simulations to run, you need to download what they call as data sets onto your computer, and these data sets can be found in that link. And these are the downloads. You can go to that website and you see that these are the different data sets that you will be using. And if your compilation is successful, Geant4 compilation is successful, but if your Geant4 program is not running, it's very likely that you have not downloaded the proper data sets. We'll come back to this later on. And before you install root, or for that matter, Geant4, there are certain dependencies that need to be satisfied, and that you have to install yourself. And here are the commands that are required for installing these dependencies. You once again, don't have to memorize, but just for the sake of completion, I'm just explaining you what we will be doing. And for Geant4, we need some extra libraries, like to use GDML, and if you want to use Qt visualization, you need to install some Qt libraries, and also OpenSSL libraries. Now, I understand that there are a lot of people, and it's very difficult to keep track of what's going on in each of your computers. I have created a website on my GitHub page. So I'm going to give you this link on chat box. So if you want, please feel free to go there. And the slides that you see here can also be seen there. So just a minute. Yeah. So this is my GitHub page. You can see it on my chat box. Number 1. So if you've opened it, don't worry. You can see the README file. It's here. So you can see that page is here. And whatever I'm presenting today is all the details are here. So you don't have to worry that you will miss anything from today's talk. Even if you don't have the videos recorded, the installations are pretty crystal clear. So you can go to this page and probably install yourself. So are there any questions so far? So you can unmute yourself. Please raise your hands, and then I'll take a few questions.
I had a question here.
Yeah, please.
So, in principle, we can also install Geant4 through Conda. So, would that be much more preferable than building from source? Because usually building from source.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, usually building from source goes into many kinds of errors on different machines. But Conda,
I
I
understand.
believe that it should be like much more universal for all.
Well, I have no experience using Conda this thing, but I believe I understand there's going to be a lot of errors while you compile, but then you will also learn how to troubleshoot when there's an error. I mean, it's small things that people, the young students forget. So we're going to also teach you how to troubleshoot. Conda is maybe straightforward. I don't know if you can install the C++ version. Probably the Python version is installed using Conda, right?
No. C++ also works.
Okay, I don't have a personal experience with that, but I don't know what options are there in that Conda version. Do they offer visualization and all those things? I'm not sure about it. But I think this exercise is certainly going to be time consuming, but it's also to train you how to install or troubleshoot errors when installing beyond 4 and 2.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions at this point? Okay, all right.
Yeah, so sorry. Same thing is going to be done with root also?
Root also you can install. I mean, there are many ways. That's what I told. You can use Snap or other things. But then, there are some issues which I don't know how to troubleshoot. So this is the safest way. Well, we are going to end up in problems with some of the students, but then most of the problems can be solved if you do the way that I'm going to tell you. There are many ways like Snap or SPAC. All these things are there. Yeah. But troubleshooting becomes difficult if each one follows their own way. That's my point.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Okay. So in my GitHub page, the top of the README, you will see a link which takes you to a presentation. You can see the presentation in link here. Now, if you click that, you'll see what I'm showing right now. So this is the installation guide for EHEP. You can keep a copy for yourself. So these are the links where you're going to download these things. And this is the link for Geant4 dataset. This is the dependent link for installing the root dependencies. And this is the place. This is the commands for installing Geant4 dependencies. And this is a folder structure that I already described. Just a minute, let me move this away. Yeah. And coming to this important part. Now, I understand that this is all going to be complex, creating this folder structures, downloading, and all this stuff. To reduce this, I've created a script, a bash script, which does exactly what I've explained right now. So I'm going to show you how that script looks like. Probably this will also teach you how to write a bash script, and then you're going to run this script on your computers. All right, so this is a script here. So I'm going to my page, and that script is ehep.sh. Oh, yes. So this is that script. So here I'm listing the packages that I want to download. So don't worry about it. So this is the command this is the command, the make deal, the line number 17 is a command which creates a folder structure. So you create that EHEP folder inside which you create root slash install root slash build Geant4 build Geant4 install and Geant4 data, and then the downloads folder. All right. And then this is the command to install Snap. Snap is software manager for Ubuntu and for other Linux systems. And then CMake, you will be using it soon. And then Git. And then code for the VS Code for writing that's the IDE. And this is the command, wget is the command to download code from some location. So this is for downloading Anaconda. And this is the point where I download root, wget, the root. tarball, and that is downloaded into the downloads folder. And then I'm downloading GR4 source code, and then I am downloading the installing the root dependencies followed by the GR4 dependencies. Okay, so this is the same command that you would type on a terminal. All right, and all these commands are there on your on that slides that I've shown. Okay, I've just put it in a compact script. So until line number 64 is just mere downloading of all these things that I told. And after that is the most important part where it starts to download the data sets for GN4. As I told you, this is often the most time consuming part. All right, so you see that there are about 12 data sets, and sometimes it takes more than an hour to download them. Now, what I suggest is, as you run the script, at this point, line number by the time it reaches line number 64, you might have downloaded all the softwares that are required for use. All right, and it continues to download GN4 datasets, GN4 datasets. Now, as it downloads the GN4 datasets, we can go ahead and proceed to install Anaconda, and also, in fact, this installs the VS Code and Git for all for you, so you don't have to worry about it. So, only thing that remains is the installation of Anaconda. All right. So, what I request all of you to do is download this script onto your computers, preferably on a desktop, because it's easier for me to manage that way, unless you have oh, sorry, that's not the, I'm sorry, copy link. Yeah, so this is the shell script ehep.sh. Please download it to your desktop, and please give me a thumbs up sign once you're done.
Hello.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, so I have this Miniconda installed. So do I need to install Anaconda, or if Miniconda will work? I mean, it's already pre-installed with some of the environment
That's
and
okay.
everything. So
Well, it's up to you. Then you can go ahead and install, download only root sources and all this stuff.
root is also, I mean, installed
But
inside.
then it's okay. So if you have root and GN4 installed, I don't think it's a problem.
Okay, Jan4 I will install.
Yeah. So GN4.
What I want to ask is, Miniconda is also fine, right? With like all the commands will work.
Yeah, it will work. It will work. Yeah, don't have to worry about it. But just to teach, how to install software. So please, I request all the students to just go through that bash script to understand how such codes are written. It's very simple. I mean, there's nothing difficult. Okay, so I'm going to assume that everyone has downloaded that. Now, once you've downloaded that command, the shell script, so go to your terminal and go to the local desktop and then type source ehep.sh. So that's going to be time consuming. So I hope you know how to do that. So you have to CD to your desktop, go open a terminal, CD to your desktop, and then source ehep.sh. And then tell me if it's started downloading. Please give me a thumbs up sign if it's started downloading.
So I'm using Mac OS. This script is not working.
No, this will not work on a Mac. I mean, I have to warn you that I'm sorry. Where was that instruction? I think these instructions are for Ubuntu, specifically made for Ubuntu, assuming that most of you will use Ubuntu. But Mac, well, I have no experience working on a Mac, but I can find it out for you tomorrow.
Okay, so I'll try with, I mean, there is a brew command, so I'll try with that.
Okay. Okay. See, one thing that you should remember is like there are, even if you have Mac, you can run a Docker on it, or you can open up a code space using GitHub. So it gives you free Ubuntu machines, and you can use them.
Okay, let me first
All right.
try with, I mean, I'll try to install all these softwares. If it doesn't work, then
Yes.
Okay, I'll
So,
tell you.
so please give me a thumbs up sign if it is started downloading for you. Okay, I would like to take few questions. Anyone having any problems with running that script? Please raise your hands. Yes, Sadhana, please go ahead. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So, sir, in this slide, in the last you written that there is a new. If you open, I mean, you open a new terminal for parallelly compiling other programs. So, like in one terminal, things are running and downloading.
Yes.
So, then how? Like
Just
how
let it download. So don't close the terminal. So soon you will be doing other things. Those things will be done on a different terminal. Can you just, if you don't mind, can you share your screen? Then I'll tell you when others can see.
So actually, it is on my desktop currently running.
Okay, all right. Okay, no problem. Yeah.
Thanks.
So just leave that terminal running. Don't do anything because until the Gian4 data sets are downloaded. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, but what we will do is once the Anaconda and other things are installed, we will start installing Anaconda side by side. That should be done on a different terminal. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Keshav?
Sir, is we have to download this script in your in the like in the in that pattern in which you told like EHP download in those folders, or we can download it any like our main home terminal home folder also.
Yeah, you can download it on wherever you want. But as I told you, just to maintain some uniformity, you know. So because soon you will be probably in the school, you will have to develop your own, write your own codes. So if everyone has the same structure, it becomes easier for us to manage.
Okay, sir. So I missed perhaps then where we have to download this, sir.
I would suggest desktop, but
Okay, sir.
you are free to choose anything you want. Okay.
Okay, sir.
I would suggest, that's my suggestion. Any other questions? All right. So let me wait for a couple of minutes more and then we will move on to the next part.
Hello, sir.
Please raise your hands. Who is it? Yes, hello.
Yes, sir. Actually, this command is not working in Windows terminal.
No. This is for Ubuntu. That's what we said. This is for Ubuntu. This will not work on the Windows.
Okay, sir. So first, I have to download Ubuntu, and then
You have to install Ubuntu. You can use it as probably you can make a partition, or there's code space gives you free Ubuntu on the cloud, so you can use that as well. I will come to that code spaces later on. Sorry. Yeah, Jayesh, please go on. I can't hear you. Can you be a bit louder?
I have already installed Giant4 10th version.
Okay, so if you have already installed, that's not a problem. If you have installed all by yourself. Okay?
About is it going to conflict while because you are showing it on?
You're not, your voice is very feeble. Can you come to the mic, closer to the mic?
You will be showing on Giant4 11 version, and as I'm using Giant4 10 version, will it conflict while doing something?
Well, should not matter. Should not matter. Yeah.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So if the Gian4 data sets are getting downloaded, please give me a thumbs up sign. So it should say that downloading some Gian4, something like that. Please give me a thumbs up.
Hello, sir.
Yes, this is Shubham.
Sir, if the like the in my system the Miniconda and the root is installed, then like if I want to again install this Anaconda and the root again, then is there will be any problem?
Well, it depends on it depends on which computer it is. If it's your personal computer, well, you can play around. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So if it's your personal computer, you can see this is just downloading. It's not going to install anything else for you. Okay, you can skip certain installation. Okay, so what this script does not install except for the dependencies, which will not disturb your existing installations anyway. All right, the script only downloads the code.
Okay.
And the next steps you can skip. Suppose you don't want to install Anaconda, you can skip that. Not an issue.
Okay.
All right, so please give me a thumbs up sign if the Geant4 dataset downloading has started in your computer.
Hello, sir.
Gaurav, yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, so in my system, I have SSD and HDD both. So should I download in SSD only, or is it okay if I like it doesn't matter?
Is it your personal computer or institute computer?
Institute computer, but
You have access, right? So it's
only I have the access.
It's up to you. It's not a non.
No, I mean, does the speed matters if I download in HDD because I have more
I mean,
space?
at this point, I think you should not worry about the speed. Okay.
Okay.
Just learn how to install this software. Okay, please give me a thumbs up sign if the Geant4 dataset downloading has started. I don't see any thumbs up. So that means, okay, 3, 4. So otherwise, I'm going to assume that you have downloaded everything that is required. Okay. So I'm going to assume, yes.
Sir, one point. If in the Geant4 people use the GDML,
Yes.
then I think root, that option you may include it.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is done. So when I come to Geant4, I'll be explaining. So
Okay.
let me, I don't know if it's there. So root Geant4 automatically identifies the root installation because he will source the root first and then we will install it. Let me check it. Okay. So when we select GDML, I think it automatically uses roots.
No, it automatically uses the root, but when you install the root, that GDML option, I think you have to switch off.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I have to check that. Sure, I'll do that. Prajalak?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I have already Geant4 root everything installed, but how do I check whether I have the datasets installed or not, Geant4 datasets?
No, there is no installation of datasets. The datasets will be just downloaded. Okay. So,
Okay, sir, understood.
So, okay, all right. So have you installed Geant4 already on your computer or you're just going to install?
Yeah, it was installed previously.
Okay. So you can, I think I forgot the command, but I can get it for you tomorrow. Geant4 -config. If you just type it, I think that should, let me check. I'll get it for you, don't worry. Yeah, it's oh sorry. I'm just finding it out. Yeah, this should tell you where the data directory is. And if you go to the data directory, I think you will find those folders. Let me check it for you and get back. All right, so I'm going to assume that everyone has got, the data set downloading has started. All right, and that the other softwares have been already downloaded. So if that is the case, on your terminal, I request all of you who have downloaded, go to cd ehep/downloads. The EHEP is a folder that was created by the script. So please cd to that folder /downloads. Please give me a thumbs up sign if you see that Anaconda 3 minus 2023 on in that location. All right, so now you have to change the permissions for this file. That's a shell that Anaconda.sh is a shell file. So please type chmod +x that you see here. Let me put it, copy and paste it. And then once you do that, just wait for my instructions. After the chmod, just type the last command /Anaconda 3 minus 2023. Hold on for some time because there are a few things that I want to tell you. Please give me a thumbs up sign if you have done this. /Anaconda 3. Please give me a thumbs up sign. I want to see at least 10 thumbs ups because I don't see many thumbs ups coming up. All right. So if you have done this last command /Anaconda 3, so I'm going to show you what comes up in the next part as soon as you do that. You will see a screen similar to what I've shown here, welcoming you to the Anaconda installation. You can press enter to continue and hold on. And then it will ask you to scroll by pressing enter. There's a lot of license. So you have to agree to the license terms. So at the end, there'll be a cryptography notice or something like that, following which this part will come. So do you accept the license term? So you have to type S. So if you by accident just keep pressing enter, then you enter no, and then the installation will not proceed. So please watch out. Keep accepting. Please just keep pressing enter. You keep scrolling and keep scrolling down. And at the point where it asks, do you accept the license term? You have to type yes and then press enter. If by accident you have pressed enter and it has canceled the installation, you can once again do that / and restart it. Don't worry. So please give me a thumbs up sign if the installation is, you've accepted the license terms. Please give me a thumbs up sign if you accepted the license terms. And once you accept the license terms, and then there'll be a point where it will tell where Anaconda will be installed. You can press enter to accept the default location, or you can give your own location. And then finally, you have to type yes to run Conda in it. So please give me a thumbs up sign if the installation is done successfully. We've come to the last part. If you face any problems, please don't hesitate to raise your hands. Yes, Debabrata, please go ahead.
Sir,
Yes, go ahead.
after the installation is finished, there is a warning which is saying that you currently have a Python path environment variable set. This may cause an unexpected behavior when running the Python interpreter in Anaconda 3.
Okay, all right.
For
So
best results,
yeah, so I see that the Sashank Kumar has also put it. So what happens is this: most of the Linux distributions, including Ubuntu, they come with their own Python distributions. When you install Anaconda 3, it also comes packaged with its own Python interpreters. All right. So the computer needs to know which Python it needs to use for, let's say you run a Python code. So the system has to know which one to use. So that's exactly this one. All right. And this usually is the cause of most of the problems in many computers. And the only way to resolve is, you have to choose which Python that you want to use, whether the original Python or the Python that comes with Anaconda. So there's one more thing that I have to tell you. I think that once everyone does, I will tell you what to do or how to overcome. So you will see that there is a file called bash rc. If you've not heard about it, please go read about it. So it's bash rc file, which is a file which is executed whenever you log into your Linux account. All right. So when you start a session, when you log into your account, so this command, the commands stored in bash rc file will be executed. So the last stage here that I've shown, the fourth stage, do you wish the installer to initialize Anaconda 3 by running conda init? So what it does is it puts some commands in that bash rc file such that the Anaconda Python is indicated to the system. All right. So one way to overcome is to uncomment that. So I will take a note of it and I will address this probably in tomorrow's lecture. So about the bash RC file. So the bash RC will come into picture in root also. All right. Right now we don't have to worry about it.
Okay, sir.
Deepak, please.
Hello, sir.
So just a minute, Deepak. So by the way, Sashank, please put this on the Google Classroom because it will be easier for me to address it to everyone. So whatever you pasted here, please put that in Google Classroom as a comment, and then I can answer it there.
Okay.
Deepak, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I tried 3 times to execute the executable file Anaconda.sh, and after this line, which is last updated Feb 25, 2022, it is not giving me the option to accept the license terms.
If you don't mind, can you please share your screen?
Yeah, sure, sir.
Meanwhile, I'll take the question from Abe. I have to stop sharing probably. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Abe, you can go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No questions, sir. That was just an unmute by mistake.
Okay. No, I think Deepak, you have to press enter. Please keep enter.
Yeah, sir.
That's strange. Oh.
Yes, sir. This thing is happening while I'm pressing continuously this enter button.
Huh?
Should I run this again, sir?
Yeah, can you just please do that? Wait, just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. One more. Yeah, one more. Yeah, go ahead, please.
I think in press space bar that will skip many lines.
Okay.
Pressing the down arrow will just take you to the end of the agreement.
Yeah. Now the option is not coming.
Okay. Just type yes, yes. You're not allowed to type that as well, is it?
Sorry, sir?
No, why that if you type yes, what happens? Yes?
Nothing is happening, so it's not accepting input from keyboard.
Oh, that is really strange. So is there anyone who faces the same problem as Deepak? Please raise your hand.
I don't know, sir, but actually, sir, I'm using Fedora 37 version, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, sir. I'm not using Ubuntu. So there may be some problem due to the different distribution of this Linux version.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so I will find out. So have you entered in the Google Classroom? Did you enter your
Yeah, sir. I tried to enter with my official email ID.
No. Did you in the Google form, did you provide your system specs?
About my system specs. Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I can just find out the relevant
Actually, sir, I was also about to ask you whether should I continue with the Fedora 37 or should I install Ubuntu?
No, you can use Fedora. That's what, but you should know how to which
command specific things.
Yes,
sir.
I will find out for you. So this I will note down, but please add this to the Google Classroom so it becomes easier for me to address.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So what
I'll
problem
also
you
look
face
after this.
and what are your system specifications? So it
Yeah,
becomes
sure,
easier
sir.
for me. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Myself means I will also go through this. So I think we should continue.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Anaconda is not working. Hello. Can you?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
so
Vishal.
I just had one comment here. Actually, there is something else that's kind of conflicting with Fedora. Package manager package system is also called Anaconda, so it's better to install mini Fedora. Like that would work because I have like installing
All right. So
Anaconda in Fedora.
so in response to his
So it's
query on
better
Google,
to install Anaconda.
yeah. So can you, in response to his query, can you please reply in Google Classroom? That would make things easier for everyone.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So I hope the installation is done for everyone. Please raise your hands or give me a thumbs up sign, please. Upasana, you have a question or you just, okay, yeah, you say it's done. All right, okay. Okay. All right. So now we go to the next part. So if you, I assume that Conda has been installed, and let me share my screen. Yeah. So now you have to install the software that will be required for the rest of the sessions, like the PyRoot, Uproot, and quantum computing sessions. So this is the list of software, the Python libraries that have been given by the other tutors. On your terminal, if Conda has been installed already, please type these commands one after the other. And I know that especially the quantum computing, the last three are extremely time consuming, and TensorFlow is also time consuming. So it might take some time, and I hope everyone has this link to my GitHub page, so you can just copy it and start compiling one after the other. So just for the sake of knowing if things are working properly, I want you to open a new terminal and type these terminals, because once Conda is installed, the settings have to be set. So you have to open a new terminal for that. So open a new terminal and type these commands one after the other. So first, let me know if that first command worked for you. Conda install Conda Jupyter. So this is for the notebook that Professor Subir Sarkar was mentioning today morning. So he will be using the Jupyter notebook for all his sessions. Please let me know if this command. Please open a new terminal, not the old terminal. So if the Jupyter part is successful, please give me a thumbs up sign. So you don't have to do all the installations right away. You can just copy these commands and then download it overnight, because the quantum computing things may not be required immediately. And if you have any problems while installation, I myself have problems downloading this Qtip and Qiskit Metal and all these things. And please put those problems on the Google Classroom so that I can address it. Yeah, Keshav, you have a question?
Hello.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. I left back, sir. When I was installing Anaconda after running that ehep.s source command, I'm getting that bash anaconda to this text file is busy. So what I should do? I have also written. Also written. Actually, sir, I am using Zoom on my phone and that.
Okay, okay. All right. Can you just put it on a classroom? I mean, like if you can take a screenshot and put it on Google Classroom, then I will address it there.
Okay, sir.
Partha?
Hello, sir.
Oh, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, do we have to go outside the download folder or inside that on also that?
No,
Conda?
once you open a new terminal, you can do it because Conda will be available system-wide. So you can use a new terminal and start it.
No, in the new terminal, okay.
Any folder, any folder.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Shashank Kumar?
Yes, sir. There is an important note that is given at the down of your slide. Do not mix pip install and conda install as they will result in
Yes,
conflict.
exactly.
Okay, I do have pip installed in my system.
I mean, like, essentially, if you know what you're doing, this should not create any troubles. Okay. So what you have to do is, suppose, let us say you're installing root, which will also use some Python libraries, pre-installed Python libraries. Okay. Now that's when the confusion comes. So you have to tell root which Python to use clearly. If not, some it will take from Conda and some it will take from the other Python installation. That's going to create confusion. All right. And the other way of doing it, well, there is something called as the Anaconda Navigator. I don't know if I don't have it on my computer. Let me check it. If someone can help me, that Navigator. Well, it's not there. So other thing is that you can go to the Navigator and install these things. So if you know what you're doing, things should be straightforward. But
yeah, I mean, I have root installed already.
Okay.
So, then there won't be any problem.
No, that won't create any problem.
It will use, I mean,
yeah.
it will be
So in the worst case, what you can do is to go to your bash RC file and remove those Anaconda commands, and then things will be back to form. So you don't have to really worry about this.
Okay.
All right. So we have about 8 minutes. All right. Let me take a few more questions. Pranati Jana. Yeah.
Yes. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is showing me conda command not found.
But did you install Anaconda already?
Yes.
Can you open? If you don't mind, can you share your screen, please?
I am using my desktop for this.
Okay.
Did you try opening a new terminal?
Yes.
Okay.
And
so.
Yes, I think Anaconda is completed, installed successfully. It was showing thank you for installing Anaconda 3. Then I opened a new terminal. So then it is showing conda command not found.
That's strange. That's strange. Well, one thing that could have happened is that if you see the last one, if you don't initialize Anaconda, then probably, did you type yes in the last, do you see my screen?
Yes.
So the fourth step, did you enter S to run conda init?
Yes.
Oh, that's very strange. Can you just take a screenshot of the entire terminal and put it on Classroom? All right, so I'll try to address it tomorrow.
Maybe you can try resourcing the bash RC.
That is also possible. Yes.
Sorry.
Please resource the bash RC file.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
Restart it. Yeah.
Okay.
And Chesta, I don't know.
Hello,
Yes.
sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, how to download all these in Windows? Because many people, including me here, are using Windows, and these commands are not working on Windows.
Well, Windows, I mean, like in high energy physics, Linux is the de facto standard. And yes, people use Windows, and you can go to the Anaconda web page, and there you will see that there's an executable for Anaconda. So you can
No,
download that and install.
Deepak, I just want to interject here. So these Windows you can use for the software, but for the final school, you have to use the Linux environment. Many of the standard software you will use where Windows is not, particularly let's say Giant4. It is difficult to Windows. So you have to move to the Linux.
Okay, sir, sure.
Yeah. Sonat Naik.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So I already have a Conda environment that has root installed through Anaconda. So will I have to make another environment, or is that fine? And I should
No, if
install
you
all
have
the
already have installed, not an issue. You can use the same. Right?
Thank you.
Hamdullah.
So I already have Jupyter. So do I need to reinstall the Jupyter notebook through Anaconda?
No, if you have Jupyter, that means you already have a Python installation there, right?
Yeah.
So the Anaconda, well, it is up to you. So we thought that there are certain features of Anaconda which others might be interested in using. Like for example, the other sessions. Some people might use Anaconda for Python development. All right. But if you're comfortable with pip and your own Python installation, you can retain that. So if you have already a Jupyter notebook, right, installed, it's perfect. But make sure, on the other hand, that all these, I'm sorry, I have missed it. Where is it? All these libraries are installed. The Seaborn, Jupyter, Scikit-learn, Seaborn, TensorFlow, whatever Python version, these should be there because these will be required for
So
those.
I'm not sure about all these things, but do I need to reinstall all these things, and it will not create any problem,
If you
right?
have that already, not to worry.
No, I don't. I'm not sure, sir.
Oh, you're not sure? Then just try
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
so
you
it will
can
not
go ahead.
affect. Yeah. Okay. Fine.
I hope I have answered everyone's question. If not, well, anyone else? Jayesh?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Earlier, when I was trying to install, I have installed root, but when I was trying to source it all to run any root file program, that was being conflicted by that Anaconda error.
Yes, exactly.
that
And
path.
that's something that I will address in tomorrow's root installation.
So for that, I have uninstalled Anaconda completely, and I'm
Yeah, I
using.
understand. I understand.
Is it
So
okay?
you can do that. See, Anaconda is another version of Python, but with advanced, software management tools. All right. So if you're comfortable using the existing Python, that's perfect. But please make sure that all these libraries are pre-installed because the rest of the tutors will use these libraries for their demonstrations. And that point of time, you should know how to install, or you should have all these things installed. Okay, so we have come to the fag end of this session. So before I go to the next part, so I think today's things, I think we have achieved most of what we wanted to do, but a few more things that I wanted to say. Let me open my just a minute. All right. So the final thing that I want you to do is to create a GitHub account for yourself. So if you have not done, so I request, this is the last part of our this thing. So please go to github.com and sign up for a new account. And tomorrow we will, not tomorrow, I think 2 days from now, I will teach you how to use Git and GitHub commands. All right. So it's 7 o'clock and I think we are right on track. So unless you have any other questions, I hand over the session back to Professor Govindamacharya. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Deepak. You have gone through the painfully all these question and answer. I hope student will able to solve this tonight, or otherwise they will put this in your Google and tomorrow you can start from there.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's all I think I would say today. Yeah, is there any more question, or is specific to the talk or a general question? Is any student have anything?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So earlier I was trying to install this TensorFlow, and like if in the same environment there is root is also installed, then there are some issue. I actually forgot the issue, but probably I'll encounter today also. So I'll just handle in the classroom.
Yeah, so you can be specific. So let your questions be specific and put it on Google Classroom. So many times I might have not encountered such a situation. So it may take some time for me as well. All right. So, but you put it and I will try to troubleshoot for you. No worries.
Okay.
Abhay has a question. Abhay?
Sir, yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Good.
Sir, so my question was, you said the minimum requirements were that the physical memory should be about 8 GB, whereas mine is 4 GB. So what are the problems that I may encounter during the workshop?
Oh, well, that's a good question. So this, I think the specifications I took from the Giant 4 website or something, like it might slow down your simulations, but I hope that we will not do very detailed simulations. Okay, but I think that should be okay. Yeah. It's okay with that slow speed.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, Taramati?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I have done the installation of the Anaconda. After the installation, I'm doing like the installation process. Continue to the installation process. There is like no interface like that. Press enter like and agree to license term that
You don't see the
I
screen.
can't able to see that thing.
Can you put the screenshot on Google Classroom? Then I can address it clearly. All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we will probably
Thank
tomorrow, before I start with root installations, I will try to address all the questions put on Google Classroom, and then we will go to Google root installation. All right.
Okay. Okay. I think that we'll close the session today. Here.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, actually, I'm like I have Mac, and right now I'm working on desktop in Ubuntu, but the disk space that you mentioned is 100 GB, but for me, the whole disk space like 265 GB. So out of that, right now, very less space is in my computer. So how much exactly we need out of this 100 GB, because 100 GB is not possible in my laptop.
Okay, so I think I have put these. Let me share my screen. See, this Anaconda takes about 1 GB. Okay. So let me share. I think that was my first slide, if you remember. Yes. Anaconda download, that file is around 1 GB, but once you install it, probably it may be even more. Installing libraries may take like 1.5, 2 GB. The others are pretty lightweight: Snap, VS Code, Git, lightweight, CMake. Root is 200 MB, so once you start installing it, you will have, let's say, 500 MB, and Geon4 is 450 MB, the source code, just the source code. And then the Geon4 data sets will be around 1.5 GB. So the installation only will take about 10 to 12 GB roughly.
Okay.
Okay.
So, sir, is it okay that if I put that data set in a hard disk and I use that time?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, also possible, but also in the GN4, we may not need all the data set for the time being. Yeah, that you can keep separately. Whenever you need it, you can copy it, only those.
Okay, okay. Thanks.
Yes, so I am done.
Okay then. Thank you. Okay, see you tomorrow.